It's a good day for a good day. Today, we are going to get lots of stuff done on the farm. Belladonna lilies. They're also called naked ladies. Anyway, I've pulled a whole heap out over at the other garden. I'll show you that because it wasn't really the right spot. That spot there is better for shade plants, so I can have plants in the winter like hellebores or anemones, and then they're covered in shade in the summer, and things that I don't have to lift. So anyway, I've pulled up the Belladonna lilies. They do okay from full sun to part shade. I've actually even got some in almost full shade. They'll still grow. Very hardy. They're just slower, so they'll flower later in the season, which works for me. If we can stagger flowering, that is even better. So what I'm doing is I've got this garden along the driveway, and the plan is in future to plant the whole thing out with perennials and have a beautiful driveway garden like the one that's at Alpine Perennials up at Paulpunka, which is about an hour from us. It's just a small section of their nursery, but it's gorgeous. It looks like a jungle. I've already pulled this stuff out and I've put the Belladonna lilies in. It's not probably the best time to be doing this for them. They're putting on their growth and getting ready to flower for the summer, but if they don't flower this year, it's fine. I really needed to move them anyway. Did you plant all that out?
Yes.
Good job.
I need to put the hoop.
Our very sophisticated gate. I think we'll do fencing soon though. We're going to use the money that's sitting on Buy Me a Coffee to go buy some more star pickets and get it done. Looks good, Mimo. Were they the ones from the trays?
Yes.
They're so much bigger than I thought they were. Didn't quite have enough. Bruno's had an idea with the cuttings, rather than put them in pots and wait for them to grow. He's thinking he might just take the cuttings and stick them straight in the ground at that end bit, and we'll test it.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Do it, I reckon. That
Yeah.
could save us so much time than potting up.
It will.
We're all about finding like time-saving hacks. Look at that sun on your head. You look like an angel.
Haha.
I'm set up ready for the next job, which is moving the piles of leaves into the wheelbarrow, putting them out into the flower field. So I'm just going to leave this here because I want to quickly show you something else. One of my daughter's friends' dad has a vineyard, and I knew that we were sort of in that, this is about a month ago, I knew we were in that time of year where they trim the vineyard and there's lots and lots of grapevines cut off. And so I asked him, you know, what are you going to do with that? And he said he just takes it to the tip and burns it. And I said, well, do you want to just dump it at our place? Because I want to make some things out of it. And this is the pile. So he dropped me off a huge trailer load. We did get sick those weeks that we were sick for. It has started to go a little bit hard now. I did manage to make some wreath forms. So I've got a small collection of those ready for next season. I did some teardrop shaped ones. I've taken some long cuttings of the suckers off the hazelnut trees. They just send up these really long, pretty straight shoots. And I'm going to make some obelisks. I don't know how to say it. Out of those. And I'm just going to put them in the ground like a teepee and weave around it. It is just so sunny. Hang on, I just need to get in the shade. It's better. We've gone from very dreary and dark to just not hot sun, just very, very bright sun. I don't feel like my eyes don't cope with it. The sudden change. Anyway, it has been so nice to have sunshine. We've been getting lots of work done around the farm. I also weeded that garden bed. So this is what we're left with. I have pulled a fair bit of stuff out, pulled all the grass out. We're pulling this big salvia out. It's just too big. So this big tree up here, Palawoma, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll put it on the screen. It's beautiful. They grow so fast, which means they don't live for a long time. And this one's on its way out, about 20 years sort of life in them. I'm actually going to put another one in here because they have the most beautiful shade canopy. I'm just hoping the new one can take over enough before this old one dies on me. I'm also tossing up pulling this bush out. It has a white flower on it in the spring and it gives me the worst hay fever. I just am going to lose all my screening through here is the only problem. Anyway, I want to show you this. These are, I think they're irises, but they were growing up in that bush that you saw me throw on that wheelbarrow, the big bush. So the bush had kind of grown over it. They were growing up. So now it's got very weak stem and leaves because it didn't have to hold itself up. Whereas the one around here, as you can see, it had to support itself, and they're really strong. Like, I can push on them, they're not going to fall over. That's a little visual lesson about plant strength. And I know that some of you, when you're growing, got those little cute red mushrooms here too. How cute, aren't they? A lot of people, when they're growing their seedlings, they'll put fans on them to try to strengthen the stems and stuff so that the seedlings grow really strong. And it is a good idea. Plants are so resilient. They do need a little bit of, I feel like, a little bit of rough treatment. Most of the time they'll survive, as long as it's not pushing them to the absolute past their limit. A frost tender plant and you leave it out in the frost, it's going to die. But yeah, I just feel like we're very gentle with our plants, and yeah, we do need to be gentle and respect them, but at the same time, giving them a bit of a hard time creates strength and growth. If you were here watching along last winter, I put in a whole heap of new hellebores and I've made more space to put some more in, and they're doing really well. Most of these little ones, you can see their little leaves. Most of those are the ones I put in last year. They were about the plants maybe that big. And then I've got some here, they're in their third year now, so they're looking really good. So second year, third year, so my collection's doing really well. And I freed up this space the other day when I pulled out the belladonna lilies, and that's going to be more room for hellebores. I've got an astilbe here, and I love astilbe, but I do need to pull that out and move it somewhere else now. The driveway garden that you saw me working on the other day is looking good. However, I didn't take into account that wallaby that lives here, and it's jumped all through it. So it jumps through the fences between properties, and it's obviously, I've planted all those plants right where its path is between properties. So everything looks a bit sort of squashed. Well, not everything, but you can see through here where it's jumped through here and absolutely flattened these ones here. Like, I wish I could have watched exactly where it's jumping through before I put all these plants right where it wants to jump. It always amazes me how early the flowers are flowering. So we're in the dead of winter right now, middle of July, and it's really cold. Very heavy frost at night. The temperatures are dropping pretty low. You know, like, this is the time of year our power bill costs a fortune because we're trying to stay warm, but we actually have flowers. The jonquils are flowering. We've got hellebores. If we had the red hot pokers in, we would have those flowering right now as well. And as I do this driveway garden, I will be putting them in, so we've got those for future years. Foliage is okay this time of year. It's not amazing, but we do get little bits and pieces. I've been working on this perennial garden here. I put some of the belladonna lilies in. I'm going to get some more plants in here over the rest of winter so that I can have this planted out, and in spring it can start growing. We need to fix a retaining wall. You can see that it's given way over there. We've got to buy some new supports and fix this retaining wall, and then we'll extend this garden out. We're going to dig out the drainage and level this out, and then work on the paving in the summer. I'm getting things done while he has a little sleep. Because we schedule around the weather, it means anything that requires a lot of digging, moving plants, anything that's cutting into soil, we're doing that over winter. So we've got this long list of stuff that really now's the best time to be working on it. And it is going to open up a fair bit of mud patch that we're just going to deal with until summer, because things in summer, once the ground hardens up a bit more, you know, the paving that we want to get done. As much as I want to do this shack, where is it here? I want to set that up as the new flower shack. It is something that can wait till summer. So we've got these other things that we need to do first. But I had a really cool idea yesterday. You may have already seen it, but I went and bought the pink roses ready for my idea. I'm going to set up the studio later tonight so I can do the filming for that video. Because I love Barbie, and the Barbie movie's coming out. And I'm really excited. And I feel like it's coming out around my 40th birthday. So I feel like it's the perfect thing. So I went and spent $75 on roses today so I could do this video. But they're also roses for me. I bought them for my birthday. So then I'll make something for the table and I'll just enjoy them until they go off. So that's nice. Morning. It's the next day, and I had this really cute idea for a Barbie themed video, so I'm filming that now. I can't show you me filming it because I'm using the camera for the film, but I'll pop in a few little snippets because I really love Barbie.
grab the camera or what?
Yeah, just grab the camera. Finished. And I've got a bit of a mess, but it's so pink and cute. Of course, when I was younger I played with Barbies, but as I've got older my girls have played with my Barbies. We've packed them away now because they've kind of grown out of it, but I'm actually collecting like fancy Barbies now. So I've got Mexican Barbie, of course, have to have that one. This is the fancy one. This is the royal wedding Barbie dolls. Kate and William. And being like 4th generation British, it's just in me to like the royal family, so I had to get that. Done. And I've only got to make a couple of bouquets. I've already got 7 done. I've just got to do these ones now. We've got 2 55s and 3 35s, and then we've got another 7 35s over here.